Your marshals for this race, guys, are going to be those Mini B drivers.
1 minute to the start of the race.
If I could have Dan, Lucas, Antonio, and maybe a volunteer. We'll only have a couple drivers in this race. I don't think we'll need all 4, but
45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. The light shores.
Huh?
15 seconds to the start of the race.
It's a novice race. If you got Bailey checked in, looking for Beckham to check in. If I can get Beckham to make a full lap for me over there on that right-hand side where your loop is. You for a turn, Marshall. Yeah.
Beckham white.
Alrighty, guys, your lineup here on the backstretch is going to be Beckham in the 1 spot, Bailey out there in the 2 spot. Alrighty, you guys are lined up and ready to go. Your marshals are in place. Novice drivers go on the tone in less than 5. Trouble over there on your 3rd jump, guys. Looks like maybe a ball cut popped off of there on Beckham's car, and he is back in action. Trouble on the left-hand side over here for Bailey does allow Beckham to sneak past.
Four minutes left.
1 minute in, 4 minutes left to go. Beckham out front with a 12.520 pace. Bailey out there in second, 11.515. A little bit of trouble out there on that 3rd jump, guys, and it is clear.
Three minutes left.
3 minutes left to go. No drivers, 3 to go. Ooh, trouble out there for Bailey in the middle. Trouble on the back stretch on that jump. It is clear. 2 minutes left to go in this race now, drivers. 2 to
2
go.
minutes left.
Oh, turtle on the back stretch.
One minute left. .45 seconds left.
45 seconds to go. Looks like Bailey got a little hung up on the tire over there. Ooh, trouble on the top right corner there for Beckham, your leader, and it is clear. Coming into our final 30 of the race, guys.
30 seconds left.
Up next after this is your stock slash race. Looks like Clayton is ready. That's going to be Keith, Lucas, Cameron.
15 seconds left.
15 seconds to go. Finish this
Beckham,
lap,
Mike
drivers.
done.
Finish this lap. There's Beckham. You are done. And these mini bees are so neat. They just bounce off. There's Bailey.
Light shore's done. Clayton Schlitz.
We got our stock slash drivers on the track, guys. Stock slash drivers. That is Keith, Lucas, Cameron, and Clayton.
Cameron Wright.
And if we could have those novice drivers in, maybe some help for those novice drivers. Beckham, Bailey, a few volunteers. Anybody that can help our novice drivers out there.
One minute to the start of the race. .45 seconds to the start of the race.
Trouble on your
30 seconds to the
tabletop.
start of the
It is
race.
clear.
Seconds to the start of the race.
And if we can maybe get a couple volunteers on that far right side to help out Beckham. Turn marshaling for this stock slash race. Couple volunteers on that far side, guys. While we wait on our volunteers,
Confirmed.
let's get you guys lined up and ready to go. It's going to be Keith in the 1 spot, Lucas in the 2, Cameron in the 3, and Clayton in the 4. Keith 1, Lucas 2, Cameron 3, and Clayton in the 4. Looking for a couple volunteer turn marshals out to the track, guys, to help Beckham on that far side. Any volunteer turn marshals? Anybody that can help us out for this race? Anybody? Any available drivers in the pits? Anybody? Is there anybody over there? Alright, you guys are lined up and ready to go. Your marks are in place. Stock/drivers. Race 2, go on the tone in less than 5. You guys are live. You got Keith out there pulling in early, leading the red and black. Lucas right behind him in second in the Hawaiian edition. Cameron out there in third, Clayton in fourth. It is a very close race so far. We got 1.2 seconds separates that first from second place. 3/10 second from third. Ooh, trouble on the front stretch there. Marshall, you need on that front stretch. It is clear.
Four minutes left.
1 minute in, 4 minutes left to go. We got Keith out front with a 19.501 pace. We got Clayton right behind him in second, 19.511. That's 2-2 down from Keith. Lucas out third, 18.504, and Cameron in fourth, 16.519. Plenty time remaining in this race, drivers. Trouble on that right hand side, guys. It is clear.
Left.
3 minutes left to go, drivers. 3 to go. Those top 3 drivers on that lead lap in this race. Trouble on the tabletop. Marshall needed on that tabletop. It is clear. 2:38, 2:30 left to go. Halfway finish, guys. 2:30 remaining in this race. Keith, your leader. Clayton out there in second. 1-7 down from Keith. Cameron in third. 11-5 down from Clayton. Keith, your leader, the only one touching that 20 lap pace. 20.503. Clayton behind him in second. 19.502.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes left to go in this one, drivers. 2 to go. Trouble on the tabletop for Lucas. He is clear. Here comes Keith, your leader, down that back stretch right behind Lucas on that sweeper. Nice wide line there from Lucas. Thank you, sir. Allowing your leader to pass. Love to see the driver courtesy out there. You're right. Final minute of the race, guys. Final minute.
1 minute left. "45 seconds left.
45 seconds to go, guys. Up next after this is your stock buggy heat one. That is Dan, Keith, Jason, and Easton.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds to go, guys. 30 seconds. Ooh, trouble for... he's clear. Final 15, drivers. Final 15. Top left corner, it is clear.
Keith's done.
Finish this lap, drivers. Keith is done. There's Lucas, you are done. There's Clayton.
Keith's done.
And Cameron.
Cameron Wright done.
All drivers are done. Keith got the win with a 25 flat TQ pace. He almost squeezed out that 21 lap pace. Clayton did come in there with a 20 lap pace, 25.08. Cameron third at 19. Lucas fourth at 18. We got our stock buggy heat one drivers on the track. Stock buggy heat one. That is Dan, Keith, Jason, and Easton. Your marshals for this race are going to be Clayton, Cameron, Lucas, and one volunteer. Clayton, Cameron, Lucas, and one volunteer. Yep, so you'll basically just pick one of the four corners and then run out and flip the cars over whenever they flip. Make sure
Dan Renicam. Easton Shores. Jason Shores.
Thank you, sir.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Yes, sir.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
I've got a volunteer right here, guys. I've got Cameron. Here comes Clayton. And if I could have Lucas.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Thank you, sir. Just help him out over in that corner. Alrighty, guys. We are ready to get this race started, guys. Let's get them rolling, get them going, get them spaced. This is a rolling stack start for your stock buggy heat one race. Keep in mind, guys, you are not racing the person ahead of yourself. You have your own 5-minute timer, and you are live as you cross the loop, guys. Live when you cross the loop. Trouble on that front stretch, but that's okay because this timer has not started yet in this race. The benefit of that staggered rolling start. And Keith is checked in out there, guys. We got all drivers live now in this race. We got Jason Shores coming out front so far, 25.504 pace. Dan pulling in 26.501 pace.
4 minutes left.
One 30 and 3:30 left to go. We got Dan, your leader. They 26, 505 pace out there. Keith out there in second, 25, 511. Jason third, 24, 501. Easton fourth, 21, 505. 5 seconds separates that first from second place. Jason trails in third with 4 tenths behind Keith.
Left.
Jason did sneak in there for a second, but fumbled a little bit at the end. See where he stacks up here when he crosses. A little bit of trouble on the table over here. .230 in, 2:30 left to go. Halfway finish, 2:30 remaining. Dan, your leader, they 26, 510 pace. Keith out there in second. Jason third, Easton in fourth. Plenty of time to go in this race, drivers.
Left.
Trouble on that tabletop. Pull him on this side of the tabletop. Pull him on this side.
Left.
Final minute of the race, guys. Trouble on that tabletop. Once again, he is clear. We got Dan, your leader, they 25, 501 pace. Keith out there in second, 25, 507. Jason in third, 25, 511. Trouble on that tabletop. .30 seconds to go, guys. Up next after this is your Stock Buggy Heat 2. Stock Buggy Heat 2, that is Antonio, Peyton, Steven, and Clayton.
15 seconds left.
Somebody change your nickname. Shows it online, live RC. Keep going to your name, guys. You are not done. You are still live. Keep them rolling. Keep them going. Keep them rolling. Keep them going. Everybody's live still. Dan, you are done. Jason, Easton, look for Keith one more time. Keith, one more time. He is done. Dan got first with a TQ pace of 25, 504. Keith second, 25. Jason third, 25. Easton fourth, 18. Up next on the track at this time is your Stock Buggy Heat 2. Stock Buggy Heat 2, that is Antonio, Peyton, Steven, and Clayton. If you have a house transponder, one of the rechargeable house transponders, if you could please return that at this time.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Antonio Borjas.
Your marshals for this race are going to be those Heat 1 drivers. If I could have Dan, Keith, Jason, and
30 seconds
Easton.
to the
Dan,
start of the
Keith,
race.
Jason, and Easton.
Peyton Rush.
Out to the track to turn marshal, please. Dan, Keith, Jason, and Easton.
"15 seconds to the start of the race. Clayton Schlitz.
I'll talk to you after.
Stephen White.
Trouble after that second jump, guys. Marshall needed after that second jump. We've got Keith out here. I've got Jason. I've got Easton. If I could have Dan out to the track to turn marshal, please. Trouble on this tabletop. Sir? Yeah. Alrighty, guys. 1, 2, 3 is the fourth one. Oh, there it is. Alrighty, guys. We are ready to get this race started. Let's get them rolling, get them going, get them space, get them rolling, get them going. This will be a rolling stagger start. Caution that top right corner, guys. Hang tight, hang tight. Anyway, space them out, guys. Space them out. Rolling stagger start for your stock buggy Heat 2 race. Keep them rolling, keep them going, keep them rolling, keep them going. You guys are live as you cross, guys, and not live before. There is Antonio, you are live. Clayton, you are live. There's Peyton and Steven. All drivers are live now, guys. We'll probably run them all together in the names, but... Trouble on that tabletop, guys. Trouble on that tabletop. He is... clear?
"4 minutes left.
1 minute in, 4 minutes left to go. We got Clayton out front with a 26.506. Antonio in second, 24.502. Peyton in third, 19.504. Steven in fourth, 15.507. Your TQ pace speed in this one is held by Dan of a 25.504. Clayton is actually on pace speed there with a 26.505. Trouble on that tabletop, guys. Trouble on that tabletop. It is clear. You ever feel like a giant while you're out there? Especially with the mini wheels. Coming in with the flip.
"3 minutes left.
Yeah, we're talking about doing carpet down here too, but trouble in the middle. 2:30 and 2:30 left to go. You're halfway finished. 2:30 remaining. Clayton holding on to that 26.504 pace. Antonio out there in second. 14 seconds down from Clayton. Peyton in third. 15 down from Antonio. Steven out there in fourth.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes left to go now, drivers. 2 to go.
Check your nuts. Check your nuts.
Trouble out there for Antonio. Trouble in that bottom right corner. Marshall into that bottom right corner. It is clear.
One minute left.
Final minute of the race is clear.
45
Trouble on that
seconds
table.
left.
Trouble on the table. Marshall, Dan. Marshall. You have a deja vu moment there? Feel like that just happened or something?
Thanks, sir. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds to go, guys. Up next after this is your mini B race.
Seconds left.
15 seconds to go. Trouble in that second jump, guys. It is clear. Keep going to your name, guys. Drivers, keep them going. Everybody's live still. Keep them rolling, keep them going.
Clayton Schlink's done.
Clayton, you are done. Look for Peyton and Steven one more time. Peyton and Steven one more time. There's Peyton. And there is Steven. Clayton did get first with a 26.504 TQ pace. Peyton second, 22. Steven third, 18. On the track at this time is that Mini B race. Mini B, that is going to be Dan, Lucas, Antonio, and Jason. Dan, Lucas, Antonio, and Jason.
Jason Shores.
And your marshals for this race are going to be Clayton, Peyton, Steven, and one volunteer. Clayton, Peyton, Steven, and one volunteer. Clayton, Peyton, Steven, and one volunteer. Turn marshal.
Seconds to the start of the race. Seconds to the start of the race. Antonio Borjas. Seconds to the start of the race. Dan Renicamp.
There's Dan checked in. If I could have Clayton and one volunteer turn marshal, please. Clayton and one volunteer. Marshal needed in front of the driver's stand. Thank you, sir. Lucas. Go to make another lap. I don't know if that transponder's working. Nope, we gotta swap you out transponders. Hold your battery, guys, really fast. Your running order while we wait on him is going to be Dan in the 1 spot, Lucas in the 2, Antonio in the 3, and Jason in the 4. Dan 1, Lucas 2, Antonio 3, Jason in the 4. There we go. Once again, that was Dan 1, Lucas 2, Antonio 3, and Jason in the 4. Do you guys normally do heads up or staggered? Setup is heads up. Alright, you guys are lined up and ready to go. Your march start place. Mini B drivers go on the tone in less than 5. Nice, love the wheelie. Trouble in the middle of the track, drivers. Trouble in the middle. It is clear. That might have a little bit too much power. 1 in, 4 left to go. We got Dan, your leader with a 23.511. Lucas out there second, 19.5 flat. Jason third, 19.514. Trouble on that second jump, drivers. Trouble on the second. Watch Marsh on the right hand side. Marsh on the right hand side. Three minutes left to go now, drivers. 3 to go. Trouble in the middle. It is clear. We got Dan out front with a 24.511. Jason in second, 25.13.
Minutes left.
2 minutes left to go now, drivers. 2 to go. Trouble after that third jump. Trouble after the third.
Minute left.
Final minute of the race, drivers. Final minute. We got Dan out front with a 23.502 pace. Jason in second, 19.508. Lucas in third. Antonio out there in fourth.
45 seconds left. Seconds left.
30 seconds left to go, drivers.
Seconds left.
Hang tight in top right, guys. It is clear. Finish this lap, drivers. Finish this lap. Antonio, Lucas, Dan. Looking for Jason one more time. Jason one more time.
Jason Shore's done.
All drivers are done. Dan got first with a 23.502. Jason second, 20. Antonio snuck in there for third place on the last corner. 15 laps. Lucas fourth, 15. That is the end of round one, guys. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes to begin round two.
What's going on, drivers? Let's go ahead and get into round number 2. If you're out there practicing, we'll put a hold on it, but don't leave us. We'll be back after round 2 for some more practicing. Coming at you guys live now, looking for those novice Heat 1, Race 1 drivers. Looking for Beckham. Bailey? Wow. I'll have to figure that one out. And then Lewis.
Beckham White.
Yep, that'd be great.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
You
30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Is that Lewis? That's you?
15 seconds
Got
to
you,
the start
got you.
of the race. Luis Garcia.
And then Bailey, where are you at? Mini B, got you. All right, I've got 2 marshals out here. I've got 3. All righty, I got 3 marshals. I got 3 cars. Bailey, could you make just one more lap all the way down for me? Could I get that other 4th though? Definitely need another 4th marshal out here right next to me. If I could get one more marshal right next to me. All right, Bailey, I got you.
The light shores.
All right, it'll be Beckham in the number 1 spot. Go ahead and meet me on the backstretch. We'll get lined up. Beckham in the 1, Bailey in the 2, and Lewis in the 3. Once again, that goes Bailey 1. Beckham 1, Bailey 2, Lewis 3. Then drivers, if I could get one more marshal out here on the top left-hand side. Dun. Looking for one volunteer up here on the top left-hand side. Still waiting on one marshal to start the race. I will happily sit here for 20 minutes. Your driver's batteries might die, though. Oh, thank you, Jason. Alrighty, drivers, we are lined up and ready to go. Your marshals are in place. Novice A Mainers on the tone in less than 5. A little turnover right off of the start of the strike. We've got Lewis running away with that. No. Oh, the tire. Well, that's how she rolls, I guess, huh? I think I gotta check your nuts button, but be sure you're checking the tire nuts on your vehicles, drivers. We got 40 seconds in with 4:20 to go. It is Lewis on the top, Bailey in the number 2 spot. Both buggies, scale size, a wee bit different. Caution out there on the left-hand side. Luis in a little bit of trouble. All clear for him.
4 minutes left.
1 minute down with 4 to go. Drivers 1 down, 4 to go. Lewis hanging tough. You guys are chasing Beckham's TQ from round number 1. It was a 13 in the 506. Lewis is running that 16 in the 508. Bailey a 12 in the 517. Caution off the end of the table. There, off the end of the table.
3 minutes left.
2 minutes down. Sorry, I'm used to the oval program. 2 minutes down with 3 to go. It is Lewis, your leader, hanging tough. 17 in the 505. This man just getting faster. A 14.3 second fast lap. Bailey running the number 2 spot. A 12 in the 511. Running a 21.3. Oh, it's out there somewhere. Caution somewhere. Oh. Sorry. Ooh, our leader barrel rolling off of that second jump there. He said, I'll just give it a re-go right here, though, and try it again. Reline up. Yes. Victory.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes remaining now, drivers. Just 2 minutes to go. It is Lewis hanging tough out there, running that 17 in the 516. Bailey running that 12 in the 513. Leader coming up on that front chicane over the last table, or that last long table. Both shooting down the back. The leader taking the out. Oh no, at the end of the back there. Bounces off. Does look like there's a pop out. Little bit of a pit stop. Lewis still beginning, or not beginning, still running away with it there as he shoots down the backstretch. One little wall tap. And we've got Bailey back out and live.
1 minute left.
Final 60 seconds coming at you live now, drivers. It's the final 60. Lewis is hanging tough. 17 in the 502. Ooh, a 17.50. We might even hit 18 laps here. Bailey running in second, a 9 in the 503.
45 seconds left.
Who's opening tomorrow?
30 seconds left.
30 seconds now, drivers. 30 remain. Coming up next is the Stock/Heat 1 Race 2. Stock/Heat 1 Race 2. Ooh, soaring off of the table there.
Seconds left.
Oh my goodness. Lewis with some acrobatic movements. He does land on the tires. Gets right back into his line. 5 seconds now, drivers. This should be everybody's last lap, so go ahead and bring it on around for one more lap. The big ones. Oh my goodness, he's so aggressive.
Luis Garcia done.
There's Lewis and Bailey. Lewis with a win, 18 in the 523. Bailey a 10 in the 524. Coming at you live now, drivers. Stock/Heat 1 Race 2. We're looking for Keith, Clayton, Cameron, and Lucas. I get Lewis and 3 volunteers. Lewis and 3. Or
Keith Schlitz. 1 minute to the start of the race. Clayton Schlitz. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
I've got one marshal out here. Got Bailey looking for Lucas and I'm sorry, Luis or Lewis. My bad.
15
Jesus,
seconds to the start
English
of the
is
race.
not the strong suit. And 2 volunteers. I've got 2 marshals. Still looking for 2 volunteers. If I got 2 drivers who can give me a hand out here, looking for 2 volunteer marshals.
Luke Berg.
Call for who? Peyton? Peyton, could I get you to volunteer? Thank you, boss. Then we're just looking for 1 more volunteer. Just 1 volunteer to the bottom left-hand side. We'll be all set and ready to roll. Just looking for 1 volunteer. All right, let's get you guys lined up. It'll be Keith in the 1, Clayton in the 2, Cameron in the 3, Lucas in the 4. Hey, Lou, you want to bounce over there? And I'll take this one. Awesome. Oh, I'm going to be out of breath by the end of this one. Alrighty, drivers, we are lined up and we're ready to go. Your marshals are in place. Stock slashers on the tone in less than 5. Ooh, wait for it.
"4 minutes left.
Lucas running in the number 3 spot and Cameron the 4. Clayton 0.7 seconds off of his father.
"3 minutes left.
Not too shabby at all. Keith hanging tough at 21 in the 512. Clayton at 20 in the 50. Lucas at 19 in the 504. Cameron at 18 in the 506.
2 minutes left. One minute left.
Final 60 seconds coming to you live. Keith, your leader, hanging tough. Clayton, the 2. Cameron, 3. Lucas, 4.
45 seconds left. Seconds left. Seconds left. Clayton Schlen's done. Cameron Wright done. Luke Berg done. Keith Schlen's done.
And that's the race. Keith pulling the win, a 21 in the 5:10. Clayton not quite getting to the 21, running that 20 in the 5:04. Cameron a 19 in the 5:05, and Lucas the 19 in the 5:09. Coming to you live now, drivers. Stock Buggy Heat 1, Race 3. Looking for Peyton, Easton, Stefan, and Antonio. Oh, Antonio's out. My bad. Peyton, Easton, and Stefan. Marshals to the track for me, please. If I could have Keith, Clayton, Cameron, and Lucas.
Easton Shores. One minute to the start of the
Oh,
race.
no, not yet, not yet. I still got 4 more races.
Peyton Wright.
Go ahead and pull it off for now until the end of the program. We're still running the race program.
To the start of the race. Seconds to the start of the race.
Let me get those marshals on back out here. Look for Keith, Clayton, Cameron, and Lucas.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Steven, we still gonna make it? Awesome. No, you're good. I just learned that I was saying your name wrong the whole time. I've got Cameron. I've got Clayton. If I could get Lucas and Keith out here, we'll be all set and ready to roll on the marshals. Alrighty, drivers, all marshals are in place. Get them rolling, get them going, get the separation you require to run the cleanest race you possibly can. You cross on that right-hand side after the tone, and you will be live. There's the tone. Steven is live. Peyton is live. Caution on that second jump, first table. Caution on the left-hand side as well. Clear and clear. Barrel on the table. On the long table. Clear off that long one. Ooh, a little grind action off of that second table there. But everybody all clear, making their passes. Now do keep in mind, drivers, you do not physically have to pass anyone or be passed to lose a position here, being that you are on your staggered start. It is Easton coming up with that early lead. Very nice on that second jump there. Steven running the number 2 spot. Peyton in the 3. Easton running that 21 in the 514. Steven a 20 in the 507.
4 minutes
Peyton
left.
an 18 in the 516. Steven taking the lead right here. Easton going in the number 2 spot. Steven and Easton throwing it back and forth. Just 0.02 of a second separating these two drivers' times. Caution in the center. Double caution in the center. Do watch out for the marshal out there. You got one marshal on the field. All clear. Now drivers, all clear. Three minutes now, drivers. 3 minutes remain. It is Easton hanging tough. 21 in the 504. Peyton a 19 in the 508. Steven a 19 in the 510 now. 0.06 of a second off of Peyton. It looks like you guys are chasing Clayton's TQ from round number 1. A 26 in the 504. Caution on the third jump there, on the third on the front. All clear. We're putting Lucas to some work. I'm told marshalling at NDRC is equivalent to a day at the gym. That's what I was told. I swear. 2:10 to go now, drivers. 2:10 remains. It is Easton hanging tough out there. 21 in the 506, running that 13.3 second fast lap. Peyton in the number 2 spot, a 20 in the 502. He's got a 12.6. And then Steven running the number 3, an 18 in the 5, a 19 in the 512 with a 13.0. A minute 50 remaining now, drivers. 150. We're all coming up on that front stretch chicane in a straight line formation. 2 wide as we get the top left. Oh! Back on the... I'm brain farting. Clear. It's clear, but that spot. Final 60 seconds now, drivers. Final 60. Easton is hanging tough. That 21 in the 503. Peyton slowly but surely closing the gap now. 3.7 seconds off of the leader's time. 21 in the 508. Steven at 19 in the 501. Ooh, Peyton giving us a 12.6 right there. 12.655. Double trouble off of the first jump. Clear and clear. And it was Steven out there getting that nice clean solo line. Oh, we're stuck on the front stretch there. Front chicane. Keep it tight. All clear. 20 seconds now, drivers. 20 seconds remain. Stay calm, stay fast, stay clean. Do not slow down when you hear the tone. Caution on that
15
long
seconds
table
left.
there. Long table. All clear. None of you will be finished on the tone, so keep going till you hear your name. Cartwheel down the back stretch, but we do land. Caution on that first jump. Very nice miss. All clear. Keep your race pace, drivers. Do not slow down. Keep racing.
Stephen White done.
There's Steven. And this will be everyone else's last lap. Bring it on around for your final. Oh, he's grinding it all the way down.
Easton Shores
And he
done.
does grind it all the way down. There you go.
Hayden Wright done.
Easton for the winning 21 in the 509. That was a lot closer of a race than I thought, actually. Peyton a 21 in the 513, just 4 seconds off. Not too shabby at all. Steven running the number 3 spot, a 20 in the 508.
I didn't know he was just 3 seconds off there. It's a tight track.
Coming to you live now, drivers, Stock Buggy Heat 2, Race 4, Clayton, Dan, Keith, and Jason. Clayton, Dan, Keith, and Jason. If I could have Easton, Peyton, Steven, and 1 volunteer. Easton, Peyton, Steven, and 1 volunteer will be all set and ready to roll on the marshals.
Dan Renicam. Keith Schlitz. One minute to the start of the race. Jason Shores. Clayton Schlitz. 45 seconds to the start of the race. Seconds to the start of the race. Seconds to the start of the race.
All right, I've got all 4 drivers checked in and ready to go. I've got Peyton out here. If I could get Easton, Steven, and 1 volunteer. If I have 1 volunteer who can help me out. I've got Steven, thank you, sir. I've got Easton on the way. Still looking for 1 volunteer. If I've got anyone who's available to help me out in the bottom left-hand corner. I can't think of anyone who's here. Lewis, are you free by chance? Lewis? Cool. Thank you, boss. Alrighty, drivers, we got all 4 marshals, all 4 drivers. Get them rolling, get them going. Get the separation you require to run the cleanest race you possibly can. I love the separation I'm seeing right now. You cross the line on that right-hand side after the tone, and you will be live. There's the tone. Dan is live. There's Jason. He's joining the race. Here comes Keith. He's live. And Clayton. All right, we're all rolling. We're all going. We're all racing. Looking at a lot of separation. We'd love to see it. Everybody on their solo lines. Not worrying about a driver in front or behind them. .40 seconds in with 4:20 to go. That is... Oh, give me one more lap. I apologize. Alrighty, that is Clayton coming off that early lead. Dan in the number 2, 1/100th of a second off of Clayton. Keith running in the 3 spot, 6/100ths off of Dan, and Jason in the 4, 9 thousandths off of Jason. Oh, well, Jason goes into the 3.
4 minutes left.
1 minute down with 4 to go. Although you guys are not around each other, keep racing nice, fast, and clean. You guys are bumper to bumper to bumper here on the stats. That is Clayton the leader, Jason second, Dan third, Keith fourth. Turnaround at the end of the straight, all clear. You guys are chasing Clayton's TQ. It is a 26 in the 504. Clayton is on pace right now, 26 in the 50. That beats it. Jason Shores 26 in the 503. That checks it as well. Dan a 26 in the 504, also beating it because it's slightly faster. 2, very nice out here on the long table. 2, an inside line pass there. Caution on that first jump though. Keep it wide off the jump. Very nice, driver. Thank you. All clear now. All clear. Do have one marshal out there. All clear, drivers. 3 minutes remain. You are 2 minutes into it.
3 minutes
It is
left.
Clayton still hanging tough, giving us the fight. 26 in the 50, pushing for 27. Jason running the number 2 spot at 26 in the 502, just 1 second off of the leader's time. Danny 26 in the 502 as well, 7 thousandths of a second off of Jason's time. And Keith running in the 4th spot, a 24 in the 506. 2:30 to go now, drivers. 2:30 to go. We are halfway there. Halfway there. Two minutes now, drivers. 3 minutes in. It is Clayton still hanging tough. He has pushed into the 27 range. 27 in the 510. Jason a 26 in the 501. Now 1.2 seconds off of the leader's time. Danny 26 in the 501. 200ths of a second off of Jason's time. Keith a 24 in the 50. I've got Clayton as the leader running that 11.0 second fast lap. Jason an 11.3. Dan an 11.2. Keith an 11.3. I've got 4 very evenly matched competitors out here right now. Caution on the bottom right hand side, stay tight. Oh, very nice miss. All clear. Oh, 2-wheeling out here on the table. Nice. Jason said, you know what?
1
Who
minute
needs
left.
all 4 wheels? I can just use 2. Final 60 seconds coming into your live now, drivers. Final 60. It is Clayton hanging tough, 27 in the 510. Jason 26 in the 502. Dan 26 in the 506. 3.4 seconds off of
45
Jason's
seconds
time.
left.
Keith at 25 in the 508. Roughly 40 seconds to go now, drivers. Do not slow down when you hear the tone. Many of you will still be racing. Mini B Heat 1 Race 5 is coming up next. Mini B Heat 1 Race 5 is coming up next.
30 seconds left. Seconds left.
Keep on rolling, drivers. Keep your race pace. Do not slow down. Nice, fast, and clean. Keep on rolling.
Jason Shores done.
There's Jason.
Dan Rennekamp done.
There's Dan. Keith and Clayton, come on around. This will be your last one.
Done.
There's Keith. And Clayton.
Clayton Schlinn's done.
Clayton pulling the win. A 27 in the 510. Jason a 26 in the 50. Dan a 26 in the 505. Keith a 25 in the 506. Coming at you live now, drivers. Mini B Heat 1 Race 5. Dan, Jason, Antonio, and Lucas. But I believe it's just Dan, Jason, and Lucas. Marshals to the track for me, please. Back it up. Clayton, Keith, and 1 volunteer. Clayton, Keith, and 1.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Jason Shorts. Dan Rennekamp. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
Guess I'm not supposed to go out like a dad. There's no way your mini me just did that. There's no way. That's moved way too much for your mini me. How you doing, Moss? I'm pretty good. I got my mini me second and I'm pretty excited.
Number 3, unknown driver, probably
Luke
Lucas.
Berg.
Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. If I could get Clayton Keith and 1 volunteer. Clayton Keith and 1. I'll even be the one, I don't mind. It's just mini bees. Woo! Acrobatic tricks down the backstretch, plus 2 points. I've got Keith. Oh, are you watching the live stream, Mama? Hi. I've got Clayton coming.
Pretty good. You want to go to that end down there and I'll get this end? Huh?
I'd be tired. I'd be very tired. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna roll with 3 marshals. Whoa, I'm choking again. 3 marshals. I'll be one of them, so we'll do a little double time on me. Did he give you guys a rolling start? Okay, it'll be Dan in the 1, Jason in the 2, Lucas in the 3. We'll keep it consistent for you guys. And although I'm tall and skinny, I'm very slow, so don't flip over here. Kidding. Alrighty, drivers, your lineup and ready to go. Marshals are in place. Mini buggies on the toe in less than 5.
Four minutes left.
Pedestrians do not have the right of way on the track. It is Dan out front with that early lead. Jason in the 2, Lucas in the 3.
3 minutes left.
And he's still hanging tough, running that 23 in the 512. Jason a 21, a 22 in the 511. Lucas that 18 in the 505.
Two minutes left.
Jason's Dan's TQ from round number 1 at 23 in the 502. Dan running that 23 in the 509, a little bit slower, so keep pushing. Jason 21 in the 505. Lucas a 19 in the 514.
One minute left.
It is Dan, your leader, hanging tough, 23 in the 505. Jason 21 in the 502. Lucas a 19 in the 515.
30 seconds left. Seconds left. Dan Rennekamp done. Jason Shores done. Luke Berg done.
Nice. Dan pulling the win away, 23 in the 508. Jason 21 in the 509. Lucas a 19 in the 523. All right, 8:02. I'll see you guys at 8:15 with your main events. 8:15. We'll be back.
lead time is 8:20. We are ready to get started with your mains. Up first on the track is your novice A main. Novice A main, that is Luis, Beckham, and Bailey. Luis, Beckham, and Bailey. Your marshals for this race could be those mini B A mainers. If I could have Dan, Jason, Lucas, and one volunteer. Dan, Jason, Lucas, and one volunteer marshal. Back out to the track, please.
Beckham White. The light shores.
If you have a house transponder, you have one. Do you have a transponder? Yeah, you got it in. If you have a house transponder, you are not in this race. If you could please return that at this time. Anybody with a house transponder and you are not in this race, if you could please return that at this time so we can get it charged up and ready to go for the next one. I need one. There is one out there that is not in this race. Dan, I didn't call you.
45 seconds to the start of the race. Luis Garcia.
I've got Dan. I've got Jason. Let me have Lucas.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Alrighty, guys, your running order is going to be Luis in the 1 spot, Beckham in the 2, and Bailey in the 3. Luis in the 1, Beckham in the 2, and Bailey in the 3. Still looking for that one transponder, guys. If you have a house transponder, you are not in this race. I need that back so it can recharge. Alrighty, you guys are lined up and ready to go. Your marshals are in place. Novice A mainers take that first turn easy. Go on the tone in less than 5. Caution on the backstretch, you guys. Hang tight on that backstretch. Keep it low on the back, or change that to high.
4 minutes left.
Oh, is his battery still on that charger? I forgot about it. Ooh, a little bit of trouble on that tabletop for Bailey. She is clear. Stay calm out there, drivers. Plenty of time remaining in this race. Trouble in front of that driver's stand. Marshall needed in front of the driver's stand.
Left.
3 minutes left to go, drivers. 3 to go.
2 minutes left.
Double trouble in the middle. One on the tabletop, one in the middle. It is clear.
One minute left.
This is your final minute of the race, driver's final minute. We got Luis, your leader, with an 18. 506, Beckett out there in second. Bailey out there in third.
"45 seconds left. "30 seconds left.
Fifteen
15
seconds.
seconds left.
Up next after this is your stock/A main, stock/A main, Keith, Clayton, Cameron, and Lucas. Caution on that backstretch, guys. Hang tight in the top left. Tight in the top left. It
Luis
is
Garcia
clear. Luis, you are done.
The light shore's done.
There's Bailey, you are done. Here comes Beckham one more time. There he is.
Beckham
Luis
one
got
time.
first 18 laps. Beckham second 12. Bailey third with 10 laps. On the track at this time is that stock/A main, stock/A main, Keith, Clayton, Cameron, Lucas. If you have a house transponder, guys, anybody. Yep.
Keith Schlitz.
If you have a house transponder, guys,
1 minute to the start of the race.
one of the rechargeable house transponders.
"45 seconds to the start of the race. Cameron Wright. Clayton Schlitz. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
And our marshals for this race give me those novice A mainers. If I could have Luis, Beckham, Bailey, and maybe a couple volunteers to help those guys out. Luis, Beckham, Bailey. Alrighty, guys, your lineup is going to be Keith in the 1 spot, Clayton in the 2, Cameron in the 3, and Lucas in the 4. Excuse me. You guys are lined up and ready to go. Your march star and play stock/A manners go on the tone in less than 5. Take that first turn easy, guys. We are 1 lap in, guys. We got Keith pulling an early lead with an 18.506 pace. We got Clayton out there in second, 0.5 of a second out from Keith. Cameron in third and Lucas in fourth. That first and second place running neck and neck down that backstretch over the strike through the sweeper.
Four minutes left.
1 minute in, 4 minutes left to go. We got Keith out front, Clayton in second, Cameron third, and Lucas in fourth. Your first and second place over the tabletop. Coming down that backstretch. Clayton said he's going to take the short line there. Feeling the pressure up there? Got all 4 drivers on the lead lap in this race, guys. Keith out front, Clayton second, Cameron third, Lucas out third and fourth.
Minutes left.
3 minutes left to go now, drivers. 3 to go. .230 and 230 left to go. Halfway finish, 230 remaining. Keith currently on pace of 21.510, a couple tenths faster than his TQ pace. We got Clayton in second, 2 seconds out from Keith. Cameron in third, 10 seconds from Clayton. Lucas out there in fourth, 1 second behind Cameron. Coming up on your final 2 minutes in this race, drivers. Final 2 minutes, that first and second place over the tabletop, down that backstretch. Coming up on your tail there, Cameron.
2 minutes left. One minute left.
Final minute of the race, drivers. Final minute. Keith out front, 21.512. Clayton in second, 1.4 down from Keith. Lucas in third, 16.5 behind Clayton. And Cameron in fourth, 1.3 behind Lucas.
45 seconds left.
45 seconds to go, guys.
Seconds left. 15 seconds
Ooh,
left.
and there's another one, guys.
Check your nuts. Check your nuts.
Finish this lap, drivers.
Luke
Finish this
Bergeron.
lap. Lucas is done. Everybody else is still live. Everybody is still live besides Lucas. There's Keith.
Each one's done.
And Clayton flipping it in
Clayton's
there.
one's done.
Keith got first 21, 5'11. Clayton second 21. Lucas third 19. Cameron fourth 17. On the track at this time is that Stock Buggy A main. Stock Buggy A main. That is Clayton, Jason, Dan, Keith, Peyton, Easton, and Steven. And if you have a house transponder, guys, anybody with a house transponder, if you could please return that at this time.
Easton Shores. Keith Schlitz. Stephen White. 1 minute to the start of the race.
Get him, please.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Your marshals for this race, guys. You might need a lot of volunteers. I've got Cameron coming out. Let me have Lucas. Cameron, Lucas, and 2 volunteers. Cameron,
Jason
Lucas,
Short.
and 2
30
volunteers.
seconds to the start of the race. Peyton Wright. Clayton Schlitz. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Dan Rennekamp.
Let me have Lucas and 1 volunteer return marshal out to the track, please. Lucas. Caution on that right side. Alrighty, guys, if you would meet me on the backstretch, we get you guys lined up and ready to go. I only count. I see. Alrighty, guys, your running order is going to be Clayton in the 1 spot, Jason in the 2, Dan in the 3, Keith 4, Peyton 5, Easton 6, Steven 7. Once again, that was Clayton 1, Jason 2, Dan 3, Keith 4, Peyton 5, Easton 6, Steven in the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alrighty, guys, you guys are lined up and ready to go. Your marshals are in place. Stock Buggy A mainers go on the tone in less than 5. Take that first turn easy there, guys. Caution in front of that driver's hand. Marshall needed in front of that driver's hand. Marshall needed in front of that driver's hand. It is clear. Trouble on the back. Go high on the back. High on this back stretch. High on the back stretch. It is clear. 1 minute in, 4 minutes left to go in this race. We got Clayton out front with a 25, 5 flat. Dan in second, 2/10 of a second down from Clayton. Jason in third, 7-8 behind Dan. Easton in fourth, 9/10 behind Jason. Stephen fifth, Keith sixth. Plenty time remaining in this race. Drivers 3:45 to go. Trouble on that third jump. Marshall needed on that third jump. Marshall needed on that third jump. Trouble, trouble. It is clear. Trouble after that first jump. It is clear. Coming up on our 3-minute mark, drivers. 3 minutes left to go.
3 minutes left.
Trouble after that first jump, guys, and it is clear. We got Dan out of the lead now, 26, 5 and 6. Clayton in second, 3/10 of a second down from Dan. Jason in third, 10-4 behind Clayton. Keith in fourth, 6 and 9 behind Jason. Easton fifth, Stephen sixth. Trouble in the backstretch, guys. Go high. Marshall, Lucas on the tabletop. This side of the tabletop. Marshall on the backstretch. Marshall needed on the backstretch. Keep it high on the back. It is. Just go with it. It's clear.
Left.
2 minutes left to go now, drivers. We got Clayton out front, 26, 5, 11. Dan in second, 2-6 behind Clayton. Jason in third, Keith fourth. All 7 buggies still on the track. Marshall needed in the middle. Caution in the middle. Marshall needed on the table. Trouble on that tabletop, guys. It is
1 minute left.
clear. This is your final minute of the race, drivers. Final minute. We got Clayton out front, Dan second, Keith third, Jason fourth.
$45 seconds left.
Under the driver's stand. Nice one.
Seconds left.
30 seconds to go, drivers. Caution here in the top left corner, guys. It is clear.
Seconds left.
15 seconds to go. Finish this lap, drivers. Finish this lap.
Easton Shore's done. Keithland's done. Peyton Wright done. Clayton Schlinn's done. Stephen White done.
All drivers are done, guys. All drivers are done. Clayton got first, 26 laps. Keith second, 24. Dan third, 23. Jason fourth, 23. Easton fifth, 21. Peyton sixth, 20. Steven seventh, 18. On the track at this time, your final race of the night, the Mini B A main. That is Dan the Man, Jason, Lucas, Dan, Jason, and Lucas. Our marshals for this race gonna be those stock buggy A Manners. If we could have Clayton, Keith, Easton, and Peyton. Clayton, Keith, Easton, and Peyton back out to the track to turn marshal, please.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
56, 5'11", 22.
Dan Rennekamp.
And we are down to Dan and Jason in our mini B race. 1v1, head versus head.
Jason Shores.
Now, the part that'd be really funny is if I put Dan's transponder on Jason's car and Jason's on Dan's car. How about that? Flip your guys' names so like you guys are racing for each other. Alrighty, guys, let me get one more marshal out in that far corner there if we can. Thank you, Keith. Your running order is going to be Dan on the pole with Jason right behind him in the 2 spot. Good, good. Alrighty, you guys are lined up and ready to go. Your marshals are in place. Mini B A Mainers go on the tone in less than 5. And you are off.
4 minutes left.
1 minute in, 4 minutes left to go. Dan, you're leader with Jason behind him in second. Looks like 3/10 of a second separates those two drivers. Very close race here. Looks like Jason might have a touch more speed on that backstretch there. But the buggy might be a little more squirrely. Is Dan stock brushed?
Actually, that's the other thing. Everybody should
3 minutes left.
I would lose to the springs. You want to get, you don't want your 8 arms to be like this. You want to get your 8 arms close to the level. So bring the bottom of the shocks out, and then speed up the speed. Yeah, instead of cut 65. Monster trucks never really handle the greatest anyway. They just sit so high up off the ground, it causes a lot of body roll and a lot of tip instability. One thing that bike have to help with is getting the tire pressure up, so the tires going backwards.
Coming up on your 2 minute mark, drivers 2 to go. Dan out front, 22.504 pace. Jason in second, 21.505. 8-6 down from Jason, or sorry, 8-6 down from
minutes
Dan.
left.
Ah, I see we got a little guest driver action out here now. Love to see that.
One minute left.
This is your final minute, drivers. Final minute.
Forty-five seconds left. Seconds left.
30 seconds to go.
Seconds left.
5 seconds left as we both sneak in for that last final lap. This will be your last lap, guys. We got Dan finishing on a 23.506. Jason 20.509. Dan was a little shy of his TQ pace. Alrighty, guys, that does conclude this evening's racing event. I would like to thank you guys for coming out tonight. Hope you had a good time. If you have any last-minute purchases, would like to pick up a first, second, or third place sticker, or if you have an account balance to pay off, please see us over in the hobby shop. And if you're on the way out, this safe travels home.
14-3. 12-7. 13-4. 16-8. 13-4. 15-6.